everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. I am working on a Jean Smart from Designing Women. This is a commission piece that I'm working on. It's my second one. The first one I did was Delta Burke, and it was super exciting for me because when the client ordered Delta Burke and I created the doll for him, I, for some reason, which is rare for me, posted it on Twitter. And it must have been meant to be because Delta Burke herself saw the doll and ordered one for herself. And at that point, I decided to make a video of the one I created for her. So if you look through my videos, you'll find that I talk about it and you can see the doll that I did previously for Delta. But this is for the same client that I did the original Delta for. He's, I think, going to be getting all of the Designing Women dolls. I hope so. But this is the Jean Smart one. And I think he does a great job choosing dolls. I think it's funny too because he chose a Samantha from the, give me a second here, it's from the Bewitched collection from the Tonner Doll Company. These are 16-inch dolls. They're plastic bodies, but they have vinyl heads and they have rooted sarin hair. They're really nice, high quality collector's dolls. Anyhow, this one's Samantha that I'm working on, the Jean Smart. And the one that he sent me before was Andorra, which is really, really funny because it was from the same collection. And that's the one I used to make Delta. Anyhow, has anybody been watching The Watchmen on HBO? If not, it's such a good show. I was a little apprehensive in the beginning from the previews. I don't know, it just looked a little darker than the colorful movie that I had seen before, but it's so good. And Jean Smart is in this, and she's terrific in the role. And her name is my name in the show. When I started out with this doll, I did a basic outline. I used like raw umber. I used some burnt sienna, which is a staple for me, to get the basic outline. I also, before I even did that, I sprayed the doll down with Mr. Super Clear. I'll put all of this stuff below so you won't have to remember what I'm saying in the video. I'll have all the links below. But I spray the doll down. It gives it this beautiful velvet finish, and it will help the paint adhere, but it also seals the PanPastels that I use to contour the doll's face. So anyway, I did all that before, and then I kind of laid out a palette that's pretty basic. It has some royal blue, red, black, some more burnt sienna, and white. I mean, it's a super basic palette for just the eyes and to finish off the lips and everything like that, and the eyelashes and everything. Like I said, I'll go ahead and put a link below of all of the different products that I use so you'll be able to find everything. Of course, I try to find the tiniest brush possible. I think this is an 18/0. It's a Princeton Velvetouch that I got from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to order some more brushes because even at an 18/0, it's still, if you look at the video and the brush size next to the eye, and then if you just take a minute to look at my fingernails next to the size of the eye, you can see how tiny this is. I mean, it's super tiny. So for me to be able to see this small, there's several different ways, but one of the things I do buy, and I'll include this down below because I think it's really important, is a pair of a visor. They're like visors, and they have magnifying glasses on them. So you could just pull that right over your eyes and you can see. And for me, when I'm recording, I have the camera set up and it's in front of the doll so I can get up close. I was a little wiggly in this one, I think, but it's hard to tell what I'm doing because I can't really see through the camera at the same time as me painting. So I'm gonna have to stabilize. I've done it before where I can just I have to hold the doll down on the, I'm not used to it. I'm used to picking up and putting it back down when I normally paint. But in the next video, I'll make sure that I keep my arm steady on the table so I don't wiggle her so much. But when I do this, I have the camera in front of the doll, and then I'm kind of almost peeping around the camera with these goggles on to see what I'm doing. So getting all of these little tiny details in, and you can, I don't know if you can tell by looking at the video, but I do a lot of layering. I will come back in, I'll put the blue in, I'll come back in, I'll put some more burnt sienna around the pupil, then I'll come back in and I'll put more white in, and then I'll go back over it with some blue. So it's a lot of layering. And I'm adding more white, I'm adding more blue, I'm adding more white, and I'm constantly trying to get that sphere of the eye to give it the illusion, you know, of roundness and, you know, dome-like. I pick up some of my supplies from the Dollar Tree, so I won't link that below because you could just run up to your local Dollar Tree. But I will write down what I have purchased there. The baby sock on her head, for instance, which is an awesome way to be able to keep the spray and all of that. If you can see around the baby sock, there's all the pink and browns and things like that that I use for contouring, the PanPastels. You can put the baby sock on and save the hair from all that mess and spray and everything like that. And the little palette, I pick up a whole package of those for $6. And those are awesome because they're so inexpensive, $6 for $1. And I generally don't clean them. I throw them away, to be honest. Sometimes I clean them, or I kind of pull out the acrylic if it just, you know, will just come out on its own. Anyhow, the next thing I had to do was change the hair color on the doll. The client sent this doll. It's a platinum blonde, and Jean Smart does not have platinum blonde hair, as you know, back in the day when she did designing women. I don't think she ever has platinum blonde hair. It's light though, so I dyed the hair, and I had to go back and I had double dyed it, but I didn't want it to go too dark because I needed something to be a little bit more wheat and less golden. So in the video, you're kind of getting a little bit of a reddish undertone, but it actually doesn't look like that in person. I don't know why. It must be the lights or something. But I have all of that in another video that I'm going to be posting on Patreon very soon. This is a holiday week, so I won't be doing it this week. More than likely, maybe Friday. Depends. No, not Friday. I don't know, because, you know, family and everything is going to be here, and there's cooking and cleaning and visiting and being thankful. So I'll be busy with all of that, but I will be editing the video where I cut the hair in real time, I dye the hair in real time, I show how to do it, and all the supplies and everything on how to change a doll's hair color will be on my Patreon page. But I did go ahead and run through a quick haircut in, you know, fast time here, and a little bit of styling. I just sped through it here so that you could kind of see how I achieved what I was going for, which was a big 80s hairdo. I do a lot of curling and then a lot of backcombing to get that big, full, giant hairstyle that you're gonna see. It really reminded me of the 80s. I don't know if anybody remembers glamour shots. This is what I'm getting from this. Total glamour shots doll. I loved it. It was so much fun to work on because I'm an 80s girl myself, so I knew exactly what to do. But like I said, I will have that also linked below my Patreon page, and next week I will have, next week would be in the beginning of December, I guess, end of November, beginning of December, I will have a full video in real time of me doing this. I think I even talked in real time, so I just walked through the whole thing to get to the final look of the doll. And that's just for the hair on that particular video, just the dyeing, styling, cutting, all that business. One of my favorite parts, and when I'm all done with anything, any painting that I'm working on or doll that I'm working on, I think it might be adding the varnish at the end, because it's just so pretty to see it come alive, you know, because there's such a matte flatness to the paint, and then when you add that varnish, everything just pops and it looks so pretty and lively. Now, a tip here, whenever I do a doll and I'm completely finished, as much as it pains me, I take the pictures before I varnish, because the lights will reflect off of the eyes and lips and distort it. So when you see the picture of her, she will have not been varnished yet because it will distract. So I take the picture first and then I varnish it after, and then that's when the client gets it. So it's much easier to photograph a doll without the varnish, unless you're going for an entirely different look, which is like that dome eye look, you know, where you're building up a dome over the eye with a super high gloss. Then that's an entirely different thing. You're looking for the shine. If you've made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. I hope that you will press the like button for me, because it really helps the channel grow. I am going for 1,000 subscribers, crossing my fingers, and just have a wonderful and safe, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much. I hope you subscribe, and I hope to see you here again. Bye now. See you next time. Bye.